and welcome to the Bookkeepers Podcast, live from the Bookkeepers Summit. I'm Zoe Whitman. I'm here with Jo Wood, and we're joined by Jo Birtwistle, who is Editorial Director from AccountingWeb. Hi, Jo.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. Do you want to start by telling us a bit about your background and what you do?
Yeah, so I run the editorial team at AccountingWeb, which is a business news website for accountants and bookkeepers. And I also have recently taken over running the content plan for the Festival of Accounting and Bookkeeping. It'll be the second year of the Festival of Accounting and Bookkeeping, and that's taking place in March on the 12th and 13th at the NEC in Birmingham. So it's an exciting time because we're just at the point now where we're finalising the content plan, and so that'll be out on the website probably in the next week or so, and then we get into the speaker recruitment phase. So I'm fully in Fab at the moment. When I'm not in Fab, I do run the amazing editorial team that we've got at AccountingWeb as well. So yeah.
First, let's start off with AccountingWeb and then we'll move on to Fab. AccountingWeb, obviously, for people in our industry, especially bookkeepers in the community, what's there for them as bookkeepers in a very accountancy space? Because sometimes I think we have felt that it's for accountants. So I'd love to know, what can people, do they subscribe to it? Is it a website? How do they learn more?
It is accountingweb.co.uk is the website. It is completely free to join and sign up as a user, so you will have a profile name and you'll receive the emails as often as you would like to. We have different emails that go out on different days, so tax on a Monday, for example, practice management on a Tuesday, tech on another day, but sign up to the ones that you want. We have a really good roundup on a Wednesday, actually, that's a good mix of everything. In terms of the bookkeeping community, yes, it's AccountingWeb, but it's accounting in its broadest sense. And there's so many of the articles that we write that are wholly relevant to bookkeepers and the issues that they face and the compliance questions that they're asking. I mean, MTD is a massive issue for everyone, right? And that's obviously top of everyone's mind at the moment. So I would say that whilst the content isn't necessarily badged as bookkeeper content, it is for the whole community, the whole of the profession. And an awful lot of people use our forum as well, any answers, where you can go on there, ask a question if you've got any issues, and it's a community forum where people respond to those questions. But equally, it's a platform that's been going for over 20 years, so there's an absolutely huge resource. If you were to search for a question there, it probably has already been answered as well. So, yeah.
How have you seen things change? I know you haven't been involved for 20 years, but just thinking about over the course of the 20 years, I feel like being here at an event for bookkeepers, we're definitely getting more airtime as bookkeepers at the moment, and I wonder, have you or the AccountingWeb team seen a shift in terms of how many bookkeepers are looking for resources like that? Has there been a shift lately?
Definitely, and that's why we've responded to that with the Festival of Accounting and Bookkeeping, adding bookkeeping into that name and recognising that there is a real place for bookkeepers and they add a lot of value within the profession. But I think that also speaks to the professionalisation, if that's the right term, of bookkeepers themselves, and then recognising themselves that yes, we are a profession. You know, we do have a governing body. We are proud of what we do, and we are working to get better at what we do every day. It speaks to excellence in the profession as well, which is again why we have a bookkeeping category at our Accounting Excellence Awards, for example, which is one of the most popular categories, and the level of quality of those entries just gets better and better every year.
Something that we noticed at the Accounting Excellence Awards this year was that not only did bookkeepers go for Bookkeeping Team of the Year, or they went for the other categories that didn't have bookkeeper in the title. And for us, we were really proud that they felt that they could stand against and that's what we've always said. We want to raise the bar. We don't want to be better than accountants. We just want to say there's a place for everyone, and actually we can work together. And it felt like that really come together at the awards.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
The awards celebrate excellence across the whole of the profession. So we wouldn't ever ask anyone to stick to their lane or stick within their category. It's about showcasing the best of the entire profession, and that might be a small practice accountancy firm, it might be a large or mid-tier firm, or it might be a bookkeeping firm.
But that speaks volumes for the level of confidence that is growing in our community, because I know that not many years ago I went to events and felt like I was the only bookkeeper in the room, and now it feels, and then there was times where it was me and you, and we spotted a couple of others, and now we went to the Accounting Excellence, we're like, hi. It felt like it was one big community, and it was really, really lovely, and we actually really felt that, didn't we? It was like, wow, there was a time we came and we didn't know anyone.
I can remember awards, I don't know, this is like pre-2020, but I can remember applying for an award and there wasn't even a bookkeeping category. It was like Small Practice of the Year Southwest or something I was shortlisted in. And that really was speaking to accountants, not bookkeepers. So there's definitely been a change over like the last 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Festival of Accounting and Bookkeeping, tell us more about what is going on, because this is a new, you've been running events, but this is a new brand, a new feel, a new area. If somebody hasn't already been to the event, what can they expect?
Last year was the first year of Fab at the NEC in Birmingham, and we really worked hard to build a brand and an event and a space that was different to what's already out there, right? And different in terms of the feel, but also different in terms of what we deliver. And for us at AccountingWeb, we really feel very strongly our point of difference is our content, our knowledge, the journalist knowledge that we rely on. Those are as I said at the awards as well in the speech, you know, we are in with you every day. We're talking to you every day. We're writing stories for you every day. We know what's happening now and what you need to know about in the future, and really replicating that expertise that the editorial team have, and not just the editorial team, but all of the expert writers that we use as well, and bringing that to life at Fab. And I think that's a real point of difference. So yes, it's fun and yellow, and we have Prosecco walls and all of that great stuff, and a bookkeepers retreat, which I will talk about in a little bit. But really for us, it's that high quality content, giving you a level of insight and detail that you won't get anywhere else. We really do spend a lot of time and effort thinking about the content program and making it valuable, and making sure that you're finding out the things that you need to know, but taking away actionable points that you can implement within your business to really help grow your business. We really want to help bookkeepers and accountants get better at what they do, be excellent in what they do, and ultimately grow their businesses and grow their clients' businesses as well. And that's where our focus is, and where I think we can really have a point of difference. We also built out, so there's 5 stages. So last year was the first year where we had the Bookkeepers Retreat, a dedicated area for bookkeepers, again to replicate what you said about there is that real sense of community around the bookkeeping community, and making sure that they felt like there was a home for them and there was a place for them at the show. And we'll have that again this year. Some of the feedback was that people expected the Bookkeepers Retreat to be like, I don't know, a retreat, get a massage, get a facial, I don't know. So I'm not sure we'll go that far, but as well as having the stage of content over the 2 days, we are making sure that we're building some dedicated networking time in that bookkeeping space. I would really like to make some of those sessions more interactive as well, or certainly have a workshop element to them where you can work on your business within the session. So those are some of the other changes that we're bringing in. And then again last year, we had HMRC and a lot of the regulatory content on one of the corner stages. It was just absolutely packed out, like not even standing room only, you couldn't get near it. So all of that need to know stuff around MTD has all been moved to that centre stage, so we'll have way more seating for that. And then the other stages we're changing so that they're around different, again, speaking to different parts of the accounting community. So yes, we've got the Bookkeepers Retreat. We'll have a stage for new firms and small practices. We'll have a stage for mid-tier and large firms, and we'll have a stage for accountants in business, which are also quite a large part of our community. So those tracks will have been designed for them. But of course, you're free to move around us however you want, and you'll find value across all of the stages, I would imagine, if you went for the 2 days. So it's been a big job on, but I'm really confident in the quality of the content that we've got, that it is different in the marketplace, and I just can't wait for it to be announced now. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
I know there won't be any spoilers, but I'm just thinking about, you know, right now we're at a conference and we're talking about the bookkeeper of the future, and there are lots of sort of future-focused conversations. We've been talking to Xero today about the tools that are built into Xero as well that can help us in terms of AI, for example. What do you think are going to be the themes that we will see when we attend Fab next year?
So, no spoilers, but if I just think about some of the themes that I've heard today, it is about business growth, building a better business, what you can do to attract and retain more clients and deliver the best service that you can, and the things you need to do and the tools you can implement to do that. We want it to be really practically focused. But at the same time, having heard the conversations today, I know that there is an awful lot around bookkeepers and how their role is distinct and different to accountants, as in the relationship that they have with their clients and being that closest person, that business friend, almost confidant, and how that really puts bookkeepers in a unique position in terms of the advice and support that they can give their clients, the opportunities that brings from a business perspective, the new services that you could potentially offer off of the back of that. But then again, listening today, there's been a lot of talk around bookkeepers. How do you build your confidence? How do you start to build differently? How do you change? So again, it feels like there's that flip side of the coin of, yes, you're a business's best friend. Is that sometimes to the detriment of your own business and how you're building your own business? Had conversations with people about looking at their sole practitioner, looking at their full client base. They don't want to take on someone else, but they're looking at the value of their total portfolio. So not just the value with one particular client and how can I sell additional services to them or package them, but what's the total value? If my capacity is 50, 60, 70 clients, how do I look at that in totality, and which are the clients that perhaps I need to refer to someone else, and so I can build value in these clients that are further up the value chain? So they're all really interesting conversations, I think, aren't there? And there's a mix of elements that I would like to explore at Fab as well, that'll be part of the conversations there for sure.
Yeah, and I think it was really important what you said there about being the business owner's best friend, but then actually stepping into that business owner yourself and then charging correctly so that you run a profitable business. We've had lots of conversations around the hall today of people that are charging hourly rates, they're feeling burnt out, they don't feel that they say yes to every request. They said NO's not in the vocabulary, and they want to that nurturing, and there are, they said 74% of the audience are female.
Yes.
They're empathetic, they know that their clients are going through stresses, and they take that on and think, I can't charge them more because I'm their best friend, I am their safety. So we have a very I believe, different job around confidence and how they share their value in a way so that people will exchange a fair exchange for money.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the right analogy or not, but I do kind of think a bit about friendship and then the relationship that you might have with your children, for example. And a lot of the conversations I have with my children, of course I love you and I want what's best for you and I'm guiding you and I'm always doing what I think is the right thing for you, but it's not my job to be your best friend.
It's about the difference between being nice and kind, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can't, if you're just nice to everyone all the time, actually you might not be kind for their future.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we actually said, one of the ladies was saying that, well, they don't appreciate me, and I said it could be because you're not charging enough. When you see something as cheap, we don't value it, and again, there's lots of lessons to be learned.
Do you think that the accountants in the AccountingWeb community want to learn from the bookkeepers and this different relationship that we have with our clients? I'm curious.
I don't think that we can lump the entire profession into the accountants.
As an accountant, I know.
The bookkeepers. I think that some accountants, that is definitely true, and some it isn't. And you will see that reflected in any community, I think, and you will see that reflected in some of the comments, probably on any answers, and some of the comments on the articles. But you've also got to remember that when people are commenting, for better or for worse, they're usually a vocal minority, and just to remember that, really. So I would say I wouldn't take them all as a group, but I think that there are definitely accountants who do feel that way as well. And also, increasingly, accounting firms have bookkeepers within their businesses, right? And see that as I think back to the Accounting Excellence Award entries, going through the hundreds and hundreds of entries, that was a theme that was coming through. This is a really profitable part of our business that we're growing really quickly. So from that point of view, there is business value in it. Yeah.
And we noticed that we've had conversations with accountants afterwards coming to us and saying, like, I keep hearing about bookkeeping being profitable. We haven't managed to do that yet. Can we have some consultancy on this? And we're like, absolutely. This is, I think what you were saying there about, grouping people together, I think it's more grouping people together by mindset. There are very big different, and we have it in our community. We have the silent people that look. We've bumped into them today. I'm thinking that I watch everything that you do, and I read all of this, and do think, well, I don't recognise your name. And there are other people that you know their name because they have that confidence. But it doesn't mean they have a different mindset. They might have that growth mindset and want to learn, but they're just a bit more introverted. And I think that does come with the profession. I think even myself and Zoe might be thought as more extrovert in the industry, but we very much we reach a peopling limit. And
social battery.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've come to be actually say it's okay. We feel the same sometimes, but you can. I think it's been classed as omnivert. So you can be outgoing and you can maybe switch between. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? So maybe it's the case that there are groups of people that are a bit more forward-thinking or feel like they haven't got all the answers yet. And I feel that every community, there's always some people that already think that they know it, and they're okay, and they don't need any more, and that's fine.
And our ambition, my ambition for AccountingWeb, our ambition as a business is to the content that we produce and the articles that we write are always speaking to that cohort of the community that are wanting to strive to do better, who want to be excellent, who want to be at the forefront of change and want to be at the forefront of things that are coming through that are the latest changes. And I think that's what we want our content to speak to. The audience will grow with us, I hope, as well.
Maybe it's not the future of bookkeeping, it's the future of the profession as
100%.
a whole.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jo. Really loved chatting to you. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of the Bookkeepers Podcast. We've got lots more conversations coming up from the Bookkeepers Summit, and we'll see you in another episode soon. Take care.